Grab the popcorn, embrace the nightmares. Welcome to Popcorn and Nightmares.
Well, I'm your host, Chisholm.
I'm your host, Aria.
Welcome.
Two.
Yes, we are doing Hokum, directed by Damian McCarthy.
Writer was also Damian McCarthy.
Stars Adam Scott, Peter Coonan,
Lawrence Ordesh as Fiona.
David Woolmont.
Adam Scott was the Bowman, but I don't know how to say his first name. It's like Ohm.
Yeah, I think so.
And then David Wilmot was Jerry, and Peter Coonan was Mal. And then Michael Patrick was as Fergal.
It was filmed in County Cork, Ireland.
The runtime was 107 minutes.
It was released by Neon Pictures in May of 2026. It was fairly new.
Budget was $5 million, and it grossed over $23 million.
Far. Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 90%.
Popcorn meter is 82%.
IMDb tagline is a horror writer visits an Irish inn to scatter his parents' ashes. Unaware the property is said to be haunted by a witch. Ohm Bowman is an American author struggling to finish the conclusion of his successful Conquistador trilogy. After glimpsing the ghost of his mother at home, Ohm decides to visit the Bilberry Woods Hotel in rural Ireland, where his parents had honeymooned to lay their ashes to rest. The hotel staff includes owner Cobb, son-in-law and front desk clerk Mal. Right?
It was Mal or Mal?
Mal. Go
I don't
Mal.
know.
Groundskeeper Fergal, bartender Fiona, and bellhop Albie.
For cast, it says Will O'Connell as Albie and we have Human Man.
Okay.
They're the same person.
Ohm overhears Cobb tell two children the story of Callie,
Haley?
a local witch who kidnaps children and leads them in chains on a tour through the underworld, where they are clawed at by the souls who live there. Ohm is abrasive and dismissive towards the staff, but warms to Fiona after she identifies the location of a photo his mother took. While spreading his parents' ashes, he meets and bonds with Jerry, a local living in his van who frequently consumes milk laced with magic mushrooms.
Fiona and Albie tell Ohm that the honeymoon suite is locked off and supposedly haunted by a witch that Cobb had trapped inside. After belittling Albie's dreams of a writing career, Ohm returns to his room. Later, Fiona finds Ohm's tape recorder at the bar. While attempting to return the recorder, Fiona discovers that Ohm has hanged himself. I cannot speak today. Ohm awakens in a hospital alive thanks to Fiona's intervention. When he returns to the hotel, Mal informs him that Fiona has been missing since the hotel's Halloween party, and Jerry is the prime suspect for both Fiona's disappearance and the murder of his wife. Ohm confronts Jerry, who claims to have seen Fiona's ghost in the hotel directing him to the honeymoon suite. Ohm doesn't believe Jerry's story, but agrees to check the suite with him. Jerry confesses to killing his wife, but says it was a mercy killing due to illness.
The hotel closed for the season. Ohm and Jerry break in to investigate. Fergal knocks Jerry unconscious before driving him to the police. Ohm sneaks into the honeymoon suite where he is haunted by a supernatural vision of his mother and memories of shooting her dead by accident with his father's gun as a child. Mal arrives, pleading with Ohm that they must head back downstairs and out of the honeymoon suite. But Ohm inspects a dumbwaiter, discovering Fiona's corpse inside. Mal locks Ohm in the suite and flees the hotel. Ohm finds his tape recorder on Fiona and learns that Fiona was pregnant with Mal's baby. Mal drugged her and locked her in the suite to prevent his family finding out.
Jerry awakens in Fergal's van and escapes to the hotel. The hauntings intensify as Ohm struggles to find a way out. Spotting a fire escape on a map of the basement, Ohm descends via the dumbwaiter. He encounters the witch and fends her off with a protective circle of chalk. In the morning, Mal arrives at the hotel to dispose of Ohm and is surprised to find Jerry. Ohm manages to ring the suite bell, alerting Jerry to his presence. Mal starts a fire in the hotel to cover his tracks before shooting Jerry dead with Virgil's crossbow.
Ohm flees into the basement, pursued by Mal. Mal is confronted by the witch, who chains his hands and leads him into the underworld. Ohm makes peace with his mother's ghost and removes his own chains before escaping. As the hotel burns, Ohm is saved by Fergal after the latter hears Ohm's mother's ghost calling to him.
Albie visits Ohm in the hospital, telling him Fiona and Jerry's remains have been found, but Mal is missing. Albie admits to vengefully spiking Ohm's whiskey with Jerry's mushroom powder. Ohm notices he still has bruises on his wrists, consistent with being placed in chains, and recalls Jerry telling him that drugs allow people to open their mind to supernatural. Ohm agrees to read Albie's manuscript and writes a more helpful ending to his Conquistador trilogy.
So let's get into the Hokum. It was written and directed by Damien McCarthy. He's an Irish filmmaker. He's known for creating atmospheric horror movies, rely on tension and dread rather than excessive gore. Before Hokum, he directed horror films such as
Cave It,
Kavat, and Oddity.
I've never heard of those.
Both of which earn praise from horror fans. Both of which have creepy imagery and inventive scares. McCarthy grew up in County Cork Island, where the movie was
Oh,
written.
wow.
Where his father owned a video rental store. It helped fuel his obsession with horror movies. His love of horror led him to become a filmmaker and ultimately to this movie.
After the success of Oddity, McCarthy wanted to make a larger scale horror film while still maintaining the eerie Irish atmosphere. Follows horror novelist Ohm Bowman, played by Adam Scott, who travels to a remote Irish hotel to scatter his parents' ashes. The hotel happens to be where his parents spent their honeymoon. Also carries legends of a century-old witch and other dark secrets too. One interesting detail is that although the movie involves a haunted hotel, McCarthy intentionally avoided making it feel like The Shining. He has said he consciously tried not to draw inspiration from that classic film, despite the obvious similarities in setting.
The question is, do you think this movie is about a witch or about facing your demons?
I mean, yeah, I think about facing demons because since he's been there, like, he sees the guy, the Jack, the whatever. I'm not gonna say that.
Whatever.
Yeah. And, yeah, well, which was from his childhood. I bet if it wasn't him, then it wouldn't have had that funny thing in there. And it also showed sometimes he thought about when he was like sleeping in the bed, he saw his like mother when he shot her as a child when he was playing with his dad's gun, I guess. And also when he had the circle of chalk around him, he also saw his mother. Like, so I guess it's not just about a witch, but I mean there is a witch in there, of course. Yeah. What do you think?
I think it's about confronting your demons. I mean, obviously he sees his mom through this whole thing, guilt, the regret, the emotion behind he's the one that killed his mom, he's the one that shot her and everything. So definitely had to confront that demon. And in the end, I think she says it's okay or something. I can't remember what she says to him.
I think she like says that, oh, it wasn't his fault. Like she knew
Yes,
that he didn't
that's
mean
right.
to do that or whatever. But yeah, but also, yeah.
So I think it is a big time facing your demons.
Oh,
Sorry?
sorry.
No?
And after he had that encounter with his mom and all that other stuff, it also came for him to realize that like he doesn't have to be so mean, I guess, or something. And it made him rewrite the ending of his story, which didn't make the child die, I guess.
Doesn't have to be a dick all the time.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was very mean at first.
Yes, he was not very nice to anyone. Themes of this movie: grief, regret, guilt, family relationships, and confronting the past. The supernatural elements, they're used as a reflection of Ohm's emotional struggles. It makes Hokum part folk horror, part ghost story, and a kind of a part character study. So did it feel like this movie was more of a folk horror to you, or like a haunted house movie? Did you feel it was? Did you feel it was most about the hotel and being in the hotel, or being stuck in the hotel, or was it more about kind of the lore behind?
Oh, the lore.
Everything.
The lore behind
Like
everything.
the witch and everything. Like,
Oh yeah, it's not just about being stuck in the hotel. I mean, yeah, that's basically what it is, but I feel like it's more of a folk horror.
it wasn't just stuck in a hotel.
Yeah.
How did you like Adam Scott, the main character, Ohm? How did you like him as a character? He's usually in comedy films or comedy shows like Parks and Rec and Step Brothers and
He wasn't that?
Step Brothers. Yeah.
Was he?
He was Will Ferrell. I can't remember his name in the show. It's been a minute since I've seen that. It was Will Ferrell's brother in the movie.
Oh, I think I'm thinking of another show too.
Probably. Could be.
Probably am. Okay, I did not know that, but oh yeah, he did great.
Was he a good lead character?
Oh yeah, I thought he was a good lead character because he did good by being mean, being cold. Like during the scary bits, he acted like the way he acted was like really good too. But yeah,
He was believable. He played the part pretty
yeah.
well. He was pretty convincing.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
he a good lead character? Do you think he led the movie pretty well?
oh yeah, definitely think he led the movie very well. He's very good lead actor, I guess.
The movie relied too heavily on jump scares.
Gosh, those jump scares actually got to me, bro. I mean, they rely too heavily on the jump scares. Doesn't like
Did they use the jump scares too much? Did they rely on them to...
make the movie good?
Yes. Did they create... Some of the stuff that he created to be scary was something kind of not new, but what helped make this movie good?
I don't think they relied on the jump scares, but they did do a lot of good jump scares that definitely got to me. It actually made me scared of the movie. I actually had trouble sleeping that night. Because I was thinking about when he was in the bed and that like the face of like that bunny thing. Oh, I didn't like that. I mean, I did fall asleep good, but it scared me a little bit. But yeah, I was okay. It didn't freak me. I mean, I didn't have trouble sleeping. I just stayed up a little longer because I was like thinking about it. I was like, yeah,
No, he did good.
oh yeah.
It was a good show. One of the biggest production headlines from this was the casting of Adam Scott. He's known for, like I said, Parks and Rec and Severance. He was the only American actor on a predominantly Irish set. Scott fit in perfectly with the cast and crew and was beloved by everybody. Said he liked living there for the time that he was
You had to
out
live
there.
there?
Well, just while he was filming. The budget was, like we said, $5 million. It was a relatively modest budget, at least in standards of Hollywood. It's larger than any of the other films that McCarthy has done, but it relies mostly on atmosphere, practical locations, and suspense rather than just expensive visual effects. So there's probably not a lot of CGI in this movie.
There wasn't?
Well, I'm sure there was, but I mean, they didn't rely on that. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
just like a...
It was a really good. I loved all the stuff that they did, though.
It premiered at the South by Southwest Film Festival on March 14th, 2026. It was at the midnight section. Neon acquired the distribution rights worldwide. It was released theatrically on May 1st, 2026. So here is the mythology behind the witch.
Which mythology? No.
So the central supernatural figure is a witch known as the
Kalyak?
Kalyak. So I said that wrong probably earlier in the podcast. So there's
Oh,
the
yeah, we definitely did.
pronunciation. Was Kalyak. The
that's-
Kalyak in
What does that mean?
what?
My bad.
This word?
Yeah.
I know, we'll figure it out here. In real Irish and Scottish folklore, the Kalyak is an ancient supernatural being associated with winter, death, storms the wilderness, the passage of time. Depending on the legend, can be viewed as a goddess, a giantess, a hag, or a witch-like figure. In this film, inspiration of the folklore was created. The folklore created its own version of the character. The witch becomes a
Malevolent?
that's the word. That's a presence that's tied to the remote hotel, local disappearances, generational trauma, and secrets hidden by the community. Rather than it being typical movie witch casting spells, it feels more like an ancient evil that has existed long before the hotel's construction. So, is the witch a supernatural being, or is she an embodiment of the community's guilt and dark history? What do you think?
I think it's the embodiment of. I think she is the embodiment of the community's guilt and dark history because I don't think the witch would be there just for no reason as a supernatural being. So there's got to be something that happened for her to just be there instead of her just showing up and being like, "Hey guys, I'm a witch."
Yeah, there's going to be something dark or mysterious or
Yeah.
something going on because, I mean, she lives in the basement of this hotel. There's what? I don't know how many rooms locked and closed off, and there's a bunch of demons apparently in the basement. So, oh yeah, one thing interesting that I noticed about the witches, they didn't show her a whole lot. Like she wasn't on camera, super.
They definitely should have showed her more.
It was very like brief glimpses, strange sounds, or figures in the dark.
Oh yeah.
And then people would talk about it, local stories and warnings.
Oh yeah, because by the sounds, what you're talking about, the sounds, when he, hung himself, he was like passed out, of course, like, duh. And he saw, when he was in the elevator, because he went to the honeymoon suite, and then like, the elevator doors opened, and then like, oh my god, the sounds that the witch made, oh, I was so confused, I was like, okay,
Yeah, they
bro.
were weird.
But yeah, and then the jump scare when he closed the elevator, God, that got me. That got me twice, actually,
Yeah, that was
because we rewinded it, because
So
he wasn't paying attention, neither was I.
symbolism of the witch. There's grief, guilt. The past never dies. So in the movie, he becomes Ohm, the main character. He becomes to the hotel carrying his parents' ashes and unresolved emotional baggage. The witch feeds on this. The guilt. Several characters are haunted by mistakes. The witch often appears when people are forced to confront things they would rather forget. The past never dies. Basically, the old sins don't stay buried, and which is history refusing to remain hidden.
It can also be like interesting to compare it to like other folklore stories that use ancient local legends like the Wicker Man, the Witch, and Men. Like those films, like Hokum, suggests that the land itself remembers what happened long ago.
What did you think of the rabbit character guy?
Scary.
He was never
He's creepy.
right, and he was never explained.
God, if I was in a bed and there was a chalk circle around me, and I just look over and see him peeking in, I was like, no, I'd have a heart attack.
So several things that
Horrifying.
several clues that point to what it represents. Rabbit Man appears to be a manifestation of Bowman's his childhood trauma and guilt, rather than a separate supernatural creature. The character is tied to the moment that defined his life, the accidental shooting of his mother when he was a child.
During the film, begins experiencing visions of a disturbing rabbit-faced TV host from a children's program. At one point, the rabbit directly addresses a letter describing how Ohm accidentally shot his mother and how his father hated him afterward. Rather than comforting him, the rabbit cruelly tells him there is no help coming and that he should be afraid.
Do you think that that character is real? Like it was a character that he seen as a kid, or do you think it was just in his mind?
Like, did I think he was real in life? Like, real life?
Not for us, but like in the.
Like, if I was in the movie, he would be in real life. I don't think the rabbit is entirely in his mind. Oh, maybe, because when that guy, like, drugged him, it could have been in his mind. I don't know.
He drank the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his mental state is deteriorating.
Yeah.
His grief, and he's always drinking. He's an alcoholic. There's no other characters really interact with this rabbit. There is a hints that he may have been drugged with hallucinogens during the story.
Hallucinogens?
Drugs, like mushrooms, like they were drinking.
Is that the Albie drugged him with the mushrooms? It was whiskey.
Here's a question. Do you think that the Rabbit Man was scarier than the witch?
I mean, creepy wise?
Whatever you think.
Like, the way they looked, the Rabbit Man definitely scared me more than the witch, but the witch is definitely scarier because she can actually do things. She can actually, like, pin you up and, like, take you to the underworld, but the Rabbit Man didn't really touch him or do anything to him. Just kind of used words, I guess. Because when he was in the TV, he started targeting him, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like, the witch seems more present, I guess, more there, more physical. The rabbit just seems more mental. It's kind of just in his head. I mean, saying the witch isn't, but the other guy does see her too, I guess, when he gets pulled in.
Oh, yeah, so the witch is definitely real, because 3 people saw the witch.
Is the rabbit more memorable to you?
Would stay in my head longer? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it was pretty creepy looking, honestly. Yeah, the rabbit had a lot to do with
Crazy how
his
they.
childhood.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's crazy how they showed the Rabbit Man more than the witch.
Yeah, he was very, very, very present, visual. He was not. She was more shadowy sound effects and just glimpses more than anything. Makeshift budget allocation of all the production costs.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's not necessarily per se real of actually what took place, but kind of a fun thing I like to look up. Kind of interesting I think it's fun to kind of see what the cost might be for this for a movie. So it says that $800 to $1.2 million was given to the cast, Adam Scott and supporting actors.
Director, producers, and writers was $300,000 to $500,000.
Crew, $1 million to $1.5 million.
Locations and production design was $500,000 to $800,000.
Camera, lighting, and equipment, $400,000 to $600,000.
Post production was $500,000 to $800,000.
Music and sound design, $150,000 to $300,000.
Insurance, travel, and miscellaneous was $200,000.
Brings us to a total of approximately $5 million.
I had $5 million.
Would be nice, honestly.
Yeah.
Instead of spending all the money on CGI, the director used real hotels, rural Irish countryside, practical sets, atmospheric cinematography. This makes the film look more expensive than it actually was.
Many of the film's scares come from whispering voices, the rabbit guy, I guess, strange noises in the hotel, and the witch's presence. Horror filmmakers often spend a surprisingly large portion of their budget on sound because it creates scares much more cheaply than visual effects.
The minimal CGI, reason they were able to stay at the $5 million is that they rely more heavily on makeup, lighting, editing, and practical effects than just CGI.
Like we said, the film reportedly grossed over $23 million worldwide against its $5 million budget, making it one of the more profitable horror releases of 2026. What I liked about the show is that I liked how scary and eerie they made the movie. It's like they wanted us to feel like how there's something around the corner, something always around the corner, like a jump scare. But yeah, I really liked how they made it with all the jump scares and all that stuff to really pop out at you. Because, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of horror movies this year that really jump out at you like crazily like that. But yeah, what did you like about it?
I liked the director's choices of instead of relying on gore, blood, and just
Yeah, they didn't have much of that.
disgusting stuff. Just focused on the tension, the atmosphere, creative scares. That was one of the things that were really cool. Is just the way that the scares were. You were watching the film, and over the shoulder you would see something moving or something would do something, and then you were like, "Oh, geez!" Or like in the beginning of the film, I think when he was in his, I assume his home.
Oh yeah, that was.
He was sitting there, all of a sudden he heard something, he looks behind him, and he's like, "What the heck?" And then he looks forward, and there's like this little boy in the stairwell.
Was it a little boy?
Or I don't know. It looked like a short person. I don't know.
My bad. I
But,
didn't know. And I was just gonna do what I didn't like about it.
Go ahead.
And I mean, there wasn't really anything I didn't like about it, but sometimes it did get boring. And like the next thing I know, somebody's like dying. But genuinely, I thought the movie was a good movie. Yeah, they definitely could have done a few things different, I guess, but it was generally a great movie. My bad.
It was good. I do agree that there were parts that drug on a little bit, especially when he got to the hotel. I mean, it was introducing the fact that he was kind of a dick. He was yelling at everybody, but then the argument with the hotel owner. I didn't really understand the importance of that.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't really think that he was really relevant much.
I mean, there were tons of things that I wanted to change throughout the movie, which, of course, sometimes it changed towards the middle and the ending of the show. The movie, sorry, my bad, it's not a show. Like how they portrayed the witch. I feel like they could have done something crazier or creepier for the witch's design. Because I forgot what she looked like. But for when
I
she...
think she just looked like kind of just an old woman.
Yeah, but like when she was like walking down because when he was sitting down the chalk pipe, like the chalk circle, she looked like a wizard. It was not the witch. She looked like she'd be your typical, they think of a wizard. Because I don't know what they did for when she was walking down with she chained up Mal. But yeah. And I wish they would have done something creepier for her look. And I also didn't like what they really did for the half human, half bunny guy. Because, I thought they could have changed a few things about the design. Because, like, he looked way creepier in the TV. But he kind of just looked a little weird in real life.
When he was right there, he just looks
When he was in the TV, he looked
strange.
creepy. But, like, when he was creeping through, he kind of looked...
He looks goofy.
Yeah, he looked silly. He looked like...
But they tried a little too hard on that one.
I feel like they could have made him a little creepier, but what do you think they could have changed about it?
I agree with that, with the rabbit. I mean, looking at that picture of him, he was super goofy. Looked like Goofy from Disney. That, and then, we said there were some parts of it that were a little bit slow. I think kind of in the middle of it. Could have ramped that up a little bit. I do agree that the plot was interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And really fully get that there. Which was more frightening to you, the supernatural witch story or the very human crimes happening inside the hotel?
Ooh.
Would you be more afraid?
Supernatural witch story. There wasn't really a story of the witch. You didn't really get a bunch of backstory to it.
No, but the looming witch in the basement that she's gonna get you, or the fact that the guy killed the girl, he got pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, the one guy was drugging people.
Oh, yeah. I think the very human crimes that were happening inside of the hotel were definitely more frightening than the witch story that we barely got. But I mean, the witch was more frightening than the crimes. Like physically, she was more frightening than the crimes, but generally, the story was definitely for the crimes one. That one was more frightening.
All right, our rating system here is how many nightmares? We'll start with number one. We'll start with one nightmare. Not too scary, just kind of some popcorn, a little white watch, nothing that'll haunt you. 2 nightmares, a few good scares, some jumps, not losing sleep over it. 3 nightmares, creepy and effective, stays with you after the credits. 4 nightmares, downright terrifying. Sleep with the lights on, maybe check the closet. We come up with our last one, 5 nightmares, pure nightmare fuel. You'll be thinking about this for days. Good luck sleeping. What do you give this movie?
Ooh, I mean, I think it's gonna between 2 and 3.
I like that. I agree. I mean, for me, it was a 2. There were a lot of jumps, or not a lot, but there were some jumps.
I mean, it did
I didn't.
kind of stay after me, yeah. stay with me after the credits. So that's yeah, there was some jumps.
I definitely did not lose any sleep over it. But I don't with most movies now. I don't really with most movies I watch, but I do believe that it didn't really stay with me, but I do believe it was creepy and effective. So Three Nightmares is pretty good for me. Because it didn't really stay with me, but I do think it was a good movie, and I do think it was pretty effective and creepy.
Yeah.
Especially that rabbit thing.
And then you can give your rating. Like, we're doing it, since we're doing the Nightmares 1 out of 1 between 5, I think we should do the ratings 1 out of 5 instead of 1 out of 10. So I gave it a 3.5 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty good movie overall. Like, yeah, there were some parts that weren't the best that could have been changed, in my opinion, but I still thought it was all right. It wasn't the most amazing movie yet forever, but it was a fun watch. The witch and the half human, half bunny dude were super creepy, like I said. But genuinely, this movie did send shivers down my spine. A few parts. But yeah, this movie had a good amount of scares, and it'll probably be like the half human, half bunny guy will definitely be in my head for the next few days, but not so much that it will scare you to death or you will lose much sleep from it.
I will give it a 2.5 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it was really good. Like I said, it was
Out of 5. Wait, did you say 5 or did you say 10?
5.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I will give it 2.5 out of 5. It was, like I said, very creepy and effective. It had a lot of good stuff, and I loved a lot of the scares in it. Like I said, you could see things happening over the shoulder behind people. You kind of knew something was going to happen or something was going to go on. It was interesting when he was looking in the elevator with the lighter, trying to figure out what the sound was. I believe the witch was right there.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it was his mom.
His mom?
Yeah, I think it was his mom.
It was the guy.
Huh?
The bellhop.
Oh, the bellhop. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Wrong elevator scene. I know what you mean now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That
Sorry,
was
I was thinking about the other one.
Yeah, you were thinking about the one after he hung himself.
Yeah.
Um,
You were talking about the one with the
bellhop.
Albie.
Yeah,
Bellhop,
where he was at the lighter trying to see what was
Who?
on the other side.
Who sticks their hand into a dark room with a lighter? Like, that's so dumb. Like, where's your flashlight? Shouldn't you have a flashlight?
Yeah, what was the year setting of this movie? Did we not have flashlights this time? Did we only have lighters?
No,
I
they
mean,
had. Oh.
They have
Oh,
computers and stuff, so.
Because Ohm had a lantern instead of a flashlight.
Yeah, but he had a computer, so I mean, it's not that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's not that dated. Yeah, but no, that was good. Like,
Where was his flashlight? Why'd you have
yeah,
a
I know.
lantern?
I mean, I think they had a cell phone, if I remember right. Somebody did. Yeah, that was it. Working on getting our socials figured out. So when the episodes are out, you can like and share and do all that sort of stuff. But yeah, go ahead and read that.
And it also says here the horror film Hokum is set in the 21st century.
Gotcha.
Who still
That makes
uses lanterns?
I guess in Ireland they do maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay, people, that's a wrap on this. Wait, do we want to say what we're doing next? Like, show, maybe?
We can, sure.
What do you want to do? I want to do Obsession, but what do you want to do?
Let's do.
Or we could do something that's already out, basically, technically, I guess. Oh, I thought it said 2 hours. I was like, oh, we've been at this for 2 hours?
One that we should do, I think that would be good. But let's do Disturbia. How about that?
Disturbia? Sorry, that's also the song.
It is.
Sure. I don't care.
All right.
I guess we
then.
can do that one.
And then wrap it
All
up.
right. People, that's a wrap on this episode of Popcorn and Nightmares. Thanks for joining us as we revisit another movie, explored the stories behind it, and shared our thoughts along the way. If you enjoyed the episode, be sure to follow, rate, and share this podcast with your fellow movie fans. Until next time, keep watching great movies, keep making memories, and remember, grab the popcorn, embrace the nightmares. Good night, everyone.
Good night.